It struck me when I read this report that it is a double hit. Care workers have a tough time of it anyway. We've often talked about that on this programme. But their children are suffering not immediately, but also for the long term.
Absolutely. And it is in the short and the long term. We're seeing toddlers demonstrating signs of anxiety and depression. We've got self-harming happening at age 3 years old because these children are not being able to self-regulate. The impact of poverty on children's early brain development, their all-round well-being and the inequalities it creates is clear. Studies are continually showing that children living in poverty are finding it more difficult to manage their emotions and their behaviour in ways that are healthy and not destructive to themselves or others. And linked to this, their executive functioning skills are greatly compromised. So that's all those school readiness skills like being able to concentrate, being able to problem solve, to plan, to remember instructions and persist when things get tough. So inevitably, expectations of these children tends to be lower, therefore achievement is lower and their life chances are greatly impacted because they don't get into those more prestigious schools,
sure,
colleges and later the universities.
But if you're a policy advisor, and we've been talking about that, about the economy and cuts in public spending, what's vulnerable, what can go and what can't go. We were running some picture of young people at school. You were spelling it out in that answer. All along the spectrum, if we don't get this sorted out, then we're going to have bigger bills to pay later on for difficult children in schools, special needs teachers and the rest of it, plus in the health service as well. I mean, it's an investment to solve a problem, but to put off longer-term problems as well.
Yeah, we can't be myopic in our approach to this, but it seems to me that the government consistently is myopic in its views. It's not rocket science. We need real investment in our care workers. Linked to that, and I am an early years specialist, we desperately need greater investment in higher quality early years education and care. But again, this sector remains grossly underfunded, grossly under-resourced. And this, as you identified, has a direct impact on the quality of provision and therefore on children's outcomes. So it makes sense to invest as early as possible, all that early intervention, increasing benefits for families living in poverty, which is set at 80% of the real living wage. The answers are there. They just need to do it. They need to commit once and for all.